Okay, hello. You have no idea the amount of things that I just did in like the last 2 minutes, 3 minutes just before the stream was to start. You know, this, and you run that way. Oh, this, and you run that way. Oh, craziness. Anyways, hi, happy Monday. Here comes the standard hello. If you have a one-page comic idea, you can put 1 or 2 sentences, put it here in the chat or in the comment section below the video. If the chat's already over because the video's over. So, yep. Hi. How's everybody doing? I hope you had a good weekend. Frankly, Mapleton has left me all kinds of things in the chat already. And the secret identities in here, leaving me different greetings. It's kind of nice. A lot of fun, Frank. It's March break. Anybody's got kids, you know what that means. See, that's the thing. We got crazy kids in the house. They're not ours. They're grandkids. Technically, they're ours, but you know what I mean. If you got kids home for March break right now, I salute you. It's tricky juggling things when you got little people walking around, touching things with their wet hands. Thinking that burps are funny. Anyhow. So, Friday's suggestion was a face divided in 4 with a face that had a map divided in 4 parts within it. So, that was the suggestion. Let me read the actual thing. Hold on. I know that I'm not getting that correct. Close-up of a face divided like a map with each section listed as its own country. Well, there you go. So that was the starting point. Judy says, hi, Christopher, Bill, blah, blah, blah. Clearly this is Siri. Mounting for Janet right now. Yes, about streaming on Wednesday. Yes, I have streaming. Yes, we will talk about that. I was going to send you a DM later on, Didi, but thank you for asking. Didi had a great stream this morning, everybody. It was fantastic. And she showed me something that we talked about on Friday. Slapping the dragon. However you say it. I said that. Snap and drag when practicing them this weekend. I got the hang of it. But that first time she told me I had low blood sugar. I got low blood sugar. And my gorilla hands were like hitting the paper on the thing. That worked out really well. I did a whole bunch. I'll show you those in a few minutes. But here's the end result. Oh, look at all these beautiful faces. Hey, it's Jim. Hey, Marsh is here. Where did I miss Marsh? Trying to keep up. It's a tricky thing to try and keep up. The French can't handle this much, Frank. I'm so glad you got that joke, Frank. I'm so glad you got that joke. My joke was because of Frank greeting me from 3 different places. I said, that is quite frankly more Salazar than a French ever knew. It's a Frank joke. Okay. Didi's going to be back. She's right now doing modding for somebody else's thing. I think it's, I think she said it was Janet. Yeah, Janet's got Pictionary going on her stream, which is super cool. Welcome aboard, Jim. And let's just jump right into it. Oh, that's so nice of you, Didi. She's talking about Friday. She said I did great. I don't know. I don't really watch back on these videos. I really don't, because what do I need to see more of this for? But yeah, my blood sugar was really low at the end of that stream, and I'm eating rockets in order to get my blood sugar back up, and I'm trying the slap and drag on method for generating interesting bases for illustrating on. And yeah, I had to look over those notes. Anyways, okay, so here's a page that resulted out of Friday's suggestion, as well as hey, good day, Phil. How you doing, sir? As well as using the slap and drag on method. So I turned it into a 2-page piece. So what is it good for? I don't know if people have had a chance to see this or to read it yet, but what is it good for? It starts on the first page with the title, and then the text runs through, and the answer's on the second page at the end. So, and if anybody's old or hip, maybe both, you'll get the reference. Good God. Anyways, so that's the finished page. Now, I'm going to show you the processes along the way. So, trying the initial slap and drag on. Oh, this is, don't look, this is some show and tell. Using that slap and drag on method, I made a whole bunch of base imagery on some papers. I just kept going with this, by the way, and doing. I've done about a dozen now at this point. Now I'm mixing colors in there and the whole deal. But this is a black and white page. So, drawing medium of choice, ballpoint pen. But with the modification of the surface by putting ink on plastic and moving across the paper, gives you all this fantastic texture and stuff. So then when you go on top of it with a white and black pen, you get a lot more out of it than you might have initially thought. And so, pardon me, this is the one I did during the stream. That's why it's got color in it. So yeah, so I put together a whole bunch of the images, drew random things on the pieces of paper, and then I assembled those together. And actually, I think that's the first one I did. Yeah. And then I turned it into the 2 pages that I'll show you one more time. Here's page 1 and page 2. Yeah. So whether or not the politic of this meets other people's mindset or not, I'm not trying to start a debate, not trying to offend anybody's sensibilities. Just talking about war. Good God. Anyways, thanks, Jim. That's very nice. Yeah, I hope you like it. That was your suggestion for that one. Absolutely nothing. There you go. Frank's got it. Frankly Mapleton. Okay, so show and tell time. Are you excited? I hope you are, kids. Back in the pile. So all those pages from Friday are in the pile. Where are we? Let's switch the cameras. Nope, we're good. We're good. So, show and tell time. So there's a place in St. Thomas, Ontario, Canada, that it looks like this narrow, tiny little thing when you look at it from the streetscape. It's called the Craft Hive. Well, shout out to the Craft Hive. There's all their dates. I went into this place thinking, you know what? I hear all these little things that are being described and shown on the various crafting streams that I've started watching. And Dee Dee and a number of the people that I've met through her stream. And so some of those things are super keen. So I thought, let's go and see if we can find some. And I did. There's, first off, this exciting bit of business. I've had my speedball holders for years, but my old blades that I had for doing lino cutting, they were done. They were toast years ago. And so I've been using these to hold dipping ink nibs, and I hold these suckers when I do my dipping ink. But what I found at the Craft Hive, sheets of lino and new blades. So very exciting. So in order to occupy the grandkids yesterday, we started doing stamps. And so this is one of the kids. And so they'll put these random images on these little pieces of linoleum I gave them, and I would cut them out. And so I have now got, for the stamp swap that is being run through Dee Dee's site, I've got 30. So yeah, I don't expect 30 things. The grandkids want to submit stuff too, and that's fine. But we're not expecting to get lots and lots and lots of things back. And I finally sat down and did one myself this morning. Look at that big black blob, huh? That's a great blob, Chris. Well, unlike the kids, I'm not as proficient as stamping. So this is the first one. It got lots of the details out of it. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's a sexy monkey, huh? Sexy monkey. So it's got it's a monkey with his hand over his head. Hey. So well, we're gonna be doing those stamps later on today, so we can get those mailed off to Dee Dee with a bunch of other stuff. But show and tell time. So I found, in addition to those, in addition to the tools, in addition to some lovely inks that I picked up for myself. I was out of white and got a really nice olive green. But they've got this small store is as readily equipped as a Michael's, with a small smattering of a selection comparatively, of course. But there is, without all of the household decorative fufura, they have got all the basic essentials for printmaking, for crafting, for knitting, for painting. It's quite impressive. So I just want to give them a shout out because I was really pleased with that. Tombow eraser, very exciting. Got a couple of those. Managed to find replacement cartridges for my ink, but I think I did that at Chapters. But so I bought a bunch of those babies. We went to a Chapters that's not on our side of the city. We went to a Chapters on the opposite side of the city. So they had some Posco, but I'm gonna get some more because a couple of the colors that I wanted they didn't have in stock, so I'm gonna place an order. But everybody keeps adding to my reference. This is fantastic. Say it again. Good job. I had to show that the old performance on the Sullivan Show to my grandkids so they knew what I was talking about with that page. Frankly says, I just bought a wax seal thingy. I'll be using it as a stamp. Just you got a letter S. Stands for saucy. I was out of white. I picked up a nice Caucasian the other day. Oh, for heaven's sakes, I walked into that one. Hey, Paul Pate, everybody. So, yeah, so I got some Poscas. I am so impressed by Posca pens. One of the things that I really like about them is that you can put down all kinds of manner of material down there. And a Posca pen goes over all of them and manages to really hold on to its opacity. Now, of course, the different size pens give you the different size line quality and so on and so forth. But the fact that it does that alone makes me a very, very happy monkey. But got a bunch of new jelly rolls because this is going to be a sad face soon if this ran dry. So the other thing that's exciting is I finally got some of these things. What are they called? A bunch of templates here. A bunch of little things to put some additional imagery inside of places. And I just picked a random smattering of these. These are $1 each. I couldn't get over that. This one wasn't. This one was a little bit more dear, but it's also probably 3 times as thick and super keen. Look at that gear pattern. So I already tried to put that into an image, and I ended up not using that image for the war pieces. Stencils. Thank you, Frankly. Thank you very much, sir. Frankly asked if he's racist about stencils. Yeah, so anyways, the Craft Hive. If you are in southwestern Ontario, if you end up being anywhere near St. Thomas, just outside of London, super keen. Are they 2 for a toonie? Frankly, have you discovered that our silly money has silly names? We got our dollar bill is the loonie because it has a loon on it, and it's a coin. We don't have bills. And our toonie is our $2 bill. Again, we don't have $2 bills, so it's a toonie. That's what we call it. Loony, toonie. Huh? That's Canada for you, kids. All right, so where are we at? Well, I'm in Canada. Okay, so this is one more of these Slap and Dragon. I keep wanting to call it Slap the Dragon. So I don't know why. There's something wrong with me. So again, we're open to those suggestions. One of the things I considered about doing, but I don't think Dee Dee's with us at the moment because she's modding for Janet. I don't want to look at that. Pictionary, huh? On the stream? Come on. Super fun. But I was going to say, Dee Dee, this morning, one of the things she offered was inspirational pieces of information. And what that, yes, my grandkids are with me. What do you need? You're not in camera. What can I do for you? Go play? Yep. Hey. Slap the magic dragon. There you go. Are my grandkids tiny? No. My Jay is 9 and Lily's 11. That's the two oldest. The little ones are. There's 3, 4, and less than 1. So, anyhow, so the idea is that she writes down one thing on a piece of paper, puts it in this bag. Another thing on another piece of paper, puts it in this bag. So on and so forth. She's got about 100 of these in a bag. Names of artists, things like banana, or I don't know, endocrinologist she might have on one. I highly doubt that, but point is, reach in, grab 3 things and do a piece based on those 3 things if you're needing inspiration. That's an awesome idea. So I just wanted to celebrate that. I was going to say, if Dee Dee wants to grab 3 things out of the sleeve, I will do a 1-page comic based on those. So scanning through all of the last, we are now at officially 56 pages, 56 1-page comics since the start of the year, which is actually 73 pages. So it's going well. But I do at some point have to sit down and figure out what to do with all of these. We, last year, put out our 70th book from the comic company we started in 2015. Our 70th book is 1-Page Comic Extravaganza Volume 1. And this has 40 pages, 41-page comics in it. Now, there's 2 2-pages and 1 4-page, but there's 40 shorts in here, mixed media, all kinds of different stuff. This is white pencil crayon and white pen on with black pen, actually, on top of a red cardstock. Blue ballpoint pen here. Digital coloring on a traditional white and black ink on a white paper. Dipping pen. More of the traditional. That's white pen on black cardstock. What else we got? Doodah, digitally colored dipping pen, white pen, black pen on green paper. Anyways, so the whole point is, we're ready to put together the next volume. Now, it's going to be in the landscape format because everything I'm doing is now in the landscape format. Only because the problem with the market, the direct market competition for sequential media for comic books, is that how do you compare and how do you compete against Marvel, Image, DC things on the same shelf? And at the same time, if you can only print floppy or Premiere format, which is like a hardcover, but it's not a hardcover, it's the same binding as like a trade paperback, but a much thinner book. Or even trade paperbacks. How do you compete against those larger companies? And at the same time, how do you get your books to be identifiably able to be slotted onto the shelf in bookstores, right? Traditional bookstores or libraries. And so what I came up with was instead of doing it like this, I switched to doing it like this and having the binding at this end. And so that it should open up in the marketplace. That's my theory. We'll see. Frank's working on the page started the other day, trying to decide if I should stream. Saw my notification, and he's waiting on a package. I hear you. Yeah, a whole bunch of packages to send out. I just got to get it together to do it. So I was thinking about how to work today. I'm going to set this aside. I just want to show it as an example. I was trying to think about how to work it on it today. If anybody's got any requests on what medium you want me to use today, I'm open to it. Otherwise, I'm going to do it in ink. Excuse me. Yeah, I needed a drink. Here, let me distract you for a second. Where did I put the pens? Here we go. Okay, we're back. That's my saucy bear. Dee Dee, if you want to pull 3 things out of your bag, I'll do a 1-page comic today based on them. See, some of the examples that she showed this morning during her stream of the things that are in her bag, I don't know what I'm about to get if you're able to pull those out there, Dee Dee. And exciting news. Dee Dee is going to be joining me on Wednesday afternoon. So this is going to be a lot of fun because here's another person that's got all kinds of different doodly-doos and tools and whatnot inside of their space and facility for working in a number of different media. So we're going to be having a lot of fun on Wednesday. I don't know what we're going to be doing. We'll still post a page for Thursday, but maybe, I don't know, maybe we do something with one page. I don't know. But, yeah. So this is an ice cube tray that I found at a dollar store, and I've never had a tray that sealed so nicely for inks. These inks are all still soft. Woo woo, right? Soft. Are you serious, Christopher? Yeah. And so I'm kind of keen to do something there, but you know, who knows? Who knows what we're going to get up to today? All kinds of trouble, I think. Dee Dee's going to talk techniques and work on a drawing. Sounds good. Sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. All right. I'm a big boy, Frank says. Yeah, we're going to get you on sometime, Frank, for sure. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of mussing and a fussing. But, Dee Dee, if you have your bag handy, something else to chat about. Oh, yeah. We're going to chat. We're going to chat about lots of things, Dee Dee. Lots of things. Like about how many concerts did you attend in the 1970s? 16 concerts a week, I think she said. That might be an exaggeration. Yeah, so I'm keen to find out what everybody got up to in this last weekend. There's so much going on out there in the big old world that it's interesting just to see what people are doing to find some mental happy. But okay. So yeah. Different, way too many. Something else to chat about. Different 2 a week. Oh yeah. Okay. So today's page. I'm just going to start riffing out some images unless anybody wants to throw an idea at me. I've got a couple ideas on the palette. A couple ideas on my plate that I can work from that I'm still catching up on. Like my favorite and your favorite. Haunted bow tie, whoever wears it kills. I don't know if I'll be doing that one, but just lots and lots of stuff. Lots and lots of notions that I write down. Multiple Earths. Well, let's do this. Let's have some fun. Okay. I got all kinds of stuff out in my space here right now for my show and tell moment, and now I've made a mess out of my working area. So I'm gonna move a couple things. Anyhow, yeah, I'm excited. I got some of these stencils, and I got some more mark making tools, and that's not half bad. I'll take that in a heartbeat. But I'm glad you like that. I'm glad you like that, Philip. That is one of the silliest notions that I think it's ever popped through my noggin. And, it's funny when you get an idea, when you get a notion in your head, and it just, if you got to write those down, you definitely got to write those ones down. The more absurd, the better, honestly, because those are the things that you don't want to lose. The generic stuff you're gonna retain. But then the silly notions, you're simply not going to. I'm going to make some noise for a moment. Okay, so blue pen. I had a blue pen. All right, so this is another idea that was thrown at me. This is the whales. There's something more going on with whales than we remember. So, yeah, that we consider. So I'm going to throw down some imagery on the page here. Just bear with me when you're working from a quick sketch or quick doodle. It doesn't hurt to have a reference. I'm working without it. I'm working without a net in the moment. I don't know if you can hear my grandkids, but it's a really fun thing to listen to ridiculous small people when they're playing, because the ideas that they come up with, right, are way out there in left field. I don't know if anybody got a chance to see Jim Luan's stream on Sunday night, unless you were too busy with the Oscars. A lot of fun. He's talking about the process of putting together his new animation and the full fungus. So that's looking cool. So what I'm drawing right now is a big old whale, and putting together some marks and some space here. I think I'm gonna have some fun. Oh yeah, Jim definitely was. That was an awesome stream. Philip is what is the whales are dying because of wind turbines? Is that true? I hope not. Probably something to do with signaling. You know, the Oscars. It's that group of rando people that said, "Hi, my name's Oscar. My name's Oscar too. Welcome to our program." The signals they put out. That's lousy. Maybe we should stop doing that then. We're going to need those. If I've learned anything from watching a Star Trek film, we might need those humpback whales. And it's not easy to steal them from the San Diego Zoo, put them on a spaceship, and travel them off into the future. Maybe we should consider that now. Okay, so I'm just drawing off the panel again like a silly person. Yeah, so I'm going to just put down this whale and get this laying across the image. I threw that down first because I'm going to show, whales from a distance, but I just wanted to put the water down first. And then we'll get into it, of course, with this image as well. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to stream too long today. Hour 15, I think, because we're going to run off and do some errands. But back to lurking for a bit. Yeah, I do have some really silly references, that's for sure. It's the things that we might associate that others have really no idea what we're talking about. It's such a natural state of things. See, I'm getting all precious about my line here, and that's exactly what I tell people not to do. That's all right. Well, I can work with that. Don't be too concerned about when you're drawing, when you're laying images down. Don't be too concerned and worry too much about Is this looking perfect? Is this immaculate? I mean, some people do really fine work. I'm completely okay with being more of a blunt tool that comes in over top of the lines that I've already put down. So allow yourself opportunities like that and see if you can let go of the concerns that you may well have about the marks that you're placing. Not everything has to be perfect. Everything can be reworked over time. Just one of them things. So not only have I found pastas lately, but produced by the same company are the One Step Down deco colors. It's the same company that does it. It's the same company that produces them. Love stuff like that. Okay. So I'll do some silly compared to, purists. When if you're looking for purity in execution, I'm not going to be the one to example that for you, because I'm going to throw watercolor at this. I'm going to throw ink at this. Throw whatever I want, and pencil crayon in there. You just whatever you need to do in the working up of an image. Right? My wax seal just shipped. Uh-oh. Now Frank has to order wax. All right. Brush. Almost no fuss, just brush. All right. Grandkids are playing well by themselves in the other room. It frees me out. Frank says he's a Puritan. Trying to remember to call him Frankly. It's his Canadian name. So we've been watching the Harry Potter films in the house here, the grandkids. And I'm just about Harry Pottered out at this point. I don't know if other people have watched it or not, but it's a lot of fun. But there's always a point where you're like, okay, all right, something else now. Something else, please. All right. I'm happy. I know this seems a little bit random, but I'm going to push his eye back just one tiny bit. It's funny, the slightest alteration will change things in a dramatic way sometimes for you. What am I missing? Need to see if there's a maple leaf wax seal. Oh. Yes. Frank Lee. I like how you smelled. I like how you spelled Lee. Because I was literally just doing FRANKLY, just Frank Lee. But you've actually spelled it like it's a proper name. I've been trying to convince people that could just call him Frank Lee from now on. All right. There we go. Okay. So one of the things about doing the one-page comic suggestions is that I'm kind of keen and open to whatever. So the suggestions really, I'll take all comers. That's as long as it's not some kind of weird kinky hang up or whatever. Draw Superman? No. Draw Spider-Man? No. No corporate owned characters, because I plan on doing things with the pages that I do. Don't give me scripts. I don't want to draw your book. But just trying to have some fun. And it pushes my storytelling ability in order to try to, tackle whatever the notion is, whatever the suggestion is. I mean, something as different as the page that I did yesterday from, Dee Dee's suggestion last week was fish on a pizza. So, you just gotta try whatever you can. Throw whatever into the fan, see what sticks to the wall. What do we got? Oh, there you go. Jacob's Apartment. Joshua Kimball's books. Good stuff. All right, Frank. Maple Syrup and Superheroes. I'm going to be honest. I had thought that Frank was going to suggest this long ago. That goes in the book. That's Frankly's suggestion there. So that's in the book. It's in the book. Okay, so yeah, no worries. Fun stuff. I like doing fun, different things. Now I have to try to think about what the connecting tissue is for maple syrup and superheroes. Superheroes get their powers from drinking maple syrup. I don't know. All kinds of directions you can go. Point is to just try to find that one thing and to go with that. Scaling is off a little bit today. And I keep coming back and extend out the surface of the whale as I'm drawing it. I don't know what they're playing in the other room. I don't want to know. They're having fun. They really surprised me the other day when they were playing. They said, no kids are allowed in here. No kids, nothing but mess. And I'm like, rock and roll librarians? All right, I'll write it down. So it's as simple as that. It's as simple as one crazy kind of idea, and there's nothing that's wrong. Like, there's no real wrong solution you can give for the most part for a one-page idea. It's just a matter of whether or not, honestly, that I want to do it. I mean, that's where the whole, whatever kind of weird individual interest is, right? Doesn't mean I necessarily want to draw it as a book, as a story. But aside from that, I'm pretty well open to all suggestions. All right, so Ellie. Frankie says, I hear grandkids here screaming. Are the grandkids playing Spanish Inquisition? No one expected a Spanish Inquisition. That's a Monty Python reference for those that don't know. All right.
The snake could have went through your rock hard arm. It bit my arm.
My granddaughter and my grandson are playing in the other room, and they've got them fight. Their little Lego guys are fighting against Voldemort and his snake. And my granddaughter just said out loud, "Don't worry, the snake couldn't bite through your rock hard abs." What in the world? Yeah. You gotta love them. They're weird. All right, so what are they playing? They're playing Lego, and they're casting their own Harry Potter adventures using their Lego. We don't have Harry Potter Lego, but it doesn't matter to the purity of imagination. I can't tell you how much excitement I got about a cardboard box when I was a kid. All right, so I'm just adding some more value to the. Whoops, I'm so sorry. I've still got this thing up here. I'm doing my best there. Trying to remember to keep the screen clear today, but clearly Chris's brain is addled. Frank, that is not to be celebrated. If anybody feels the need to lecture Frank for taking care of himself and putting his painful addiction, it's a second. We all like you, Frank. We want you to stick around. You don't want the beatest. Trust me. All right. So by putting Lily. There we go. So one of the things I'll do, I really like the Papermate pens for drawing with ballpoint pen. I really enjoy the Papermate. I find that the Bic ones really dull up with ink on the end, because when you're drawing and you're making marks on an angle, any kind of angle, so as you do this on this side of the pen and you get these nice gradated tones, what happens is you get these this business here at the front. And the reason that you get these little lumps of ink kicking around in your pieces is because when you're putting the pressure to the one side, ink gathers up on the top. So, or on the opposite side. And so you've got a cloth or a piece of paper, or you're constantly turning your pen out to get rid of those dollops of ink. Or I suggest look for another brand of ballpoint that affords you a little bit more control there. So I find that the Papermate 1.5, those pens work really great. I like them. I give them 2 enthusiastic thumbs up. What color are you? Oh, look at you, you beautiful bugger. Okay, so we'll put some of this. We've got another value of blue to throw through. So yeah, a little bit random, a little bit haphazard. I tend to work up an image and build from the ground up. So oftentimes I just keep adding elements to it as I go through. And for me, that works. And it helps me to more readily add some dimension and add some form, some volume to whatever the thing I'm drawing is. And as the marks develop and go on, we can get better light refraction. I know that other people what I call tractoring is where you move from the left side of your image over to the right, and everything is as it's to be in place as they go along the way. Usually those people are largely working from a reference or a source or a pre-assembled image, whereas this is kind of common here to see me do on the stream here. I just kind of go with it, whatever I'm doing at whatever moment. And I don't do a lot of pre-planning. How do I figure out how to draw this thing today? How do I figure out how to draw that thing today? And the fun part about, being challenged by the one-page suggestions that other people throw at me, because I got endless amounts of ideas. That's not the problem. It's two things. One is engagement with others, and I like to bring other people into the mix and let them have some fun too. I dare you to draw this. Have you heard of a clown? Well, how about a clown juggling maple syrup bottles? It was for you, frankly. Okay, well, let's see if we can figure out how to put that contextually into a story. So that's the challenge. That's the basic notion there. So yeah, so that's where I come at things from, and which is why I suggest to anyone, if it's your first time here, if it's your 500th time here, if you've got a one-page comic idea that you think is something, let me know, and I'll go for it. Because for me, well, I got a charge out of it, really. So I've now added this next value in, and it's sort of changing the contour of, or the structure anyways, of how some of the lines go around on the humpback. We're starting to define it a little more clearly. And now I'm going to follow those lines through into the underside of him. Lily? No, thanks.
Are you live streaming?
Yeah.
You live streaming now?
I just said yes.
Why are you drawing a whale?
Well, because it's a whale of a good time.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, I know. Krampus would tend to be like that.
So you're drawing the same whale that you drew?
I'm drawing a whale like the one I have in my sketchbook.
So you're just drawing the same picture again?
Nope. Fancying it up.
How?
Well, this one's name is Maurice.
Wow.
Okay, get down from there. Thank you.
Can I have a black clicker?
They're over there. One, please. Thank you. That is my oldest penguin.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you for saying thank you.
Where are we going after we're leaving?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Really?
No.
I was
Oh,
gonna
that's
say
nice. You, Frank? Frank says hello, Lily.
hello, Frank.
Okay, go play. She did that fun thing where, as a kid leaves the room, they do that sort of crazy run. She almost clapped her head right off the door frame. So we're putting some of the nodules that'll grow on top of a humpback's head. Throwing in some more lines. Adding some different shapes. So I tend to like working like this, where I'll just keep adding and adding bits and bobs as opposed to just standing still with one approach to it. I'll just keep modifying as I go along. And I have fun that way. But there isn't a big preconceived, this is exactly what the image is going to be. Lily of Canada. The only one. So now, if I guess I'm sticking to blue as my different shades of blue for this page. Now, if I were to add in other values, of course, we need to put in some green and little slight values of red as ink to value out that green in places and to add a little more deep resonance to it. But just making different marks, trying to apply different shapes into the form. In some places with the movement of the pen strokes, but sad news Didi gave us today about the signals interrupting with the patterns of behavior in whales. That's not good news at all. Whales are one of those majestic creatures that they're really interested in just doing their own thing. Not like panda bears. They know what they're up to. We see it too. They got it coming. Panda bears. Ugh. So I'm just playing with some shapes and some marks and just exploring as we go through. Yeah. Pandas are show-offs. No, it is a blue whale. It's sad. It's a sad, sad whale. It's just swimming on the water. I was there at the signing of the Declaration of Independence. I don't know how old whales are. Probably not that old. But, sorry about that. Yeah, what kind of marks do you make? Ooh, very blue. Very, very blue. Those little emphases that we can put on specific spots. You know, if you're going to switch to a much deeper value, it's going to resonate. It's going to put the emphasis on very specific aspects of your image. So this, what's your name? Studio pen. It's not much help, I'm sorry. Felt tip, is it? Nope, just a ballpoint with really thick and fluid ink that comes out of it. What time are we at? 2:53. Okay. Want to get the fair amount of this down first, and we're doing okay on that front.
Here it is.
There we go. So it's funny that as certain marks come down, the piece ties together a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And I'll tend to jump back and forth between light and dark as I go. Largely because, it just, you put it down a little bit, take a little bit back, push it forward, pull it back. I got a piece of paper to the side here I'm scribbling out on. Gotta be careful in my marks here. I don't bump into these still wet parts that I just put down. So I'm just putting a little bit of an emphasis line on the bottom. When you're doing outlines on objects, you don't always have to go completely around the contours of an object. You don't have to do complete and filled lines. Sometimes it's better if you don't, because the human eye doesn't work that way. We tend to fill things in on our own, and we become less interested in things that are pat and solid and there. We want the challenge. So we tend not to believe in something that's so opaquely marked off as to be realistic. Let it dry for a moment. I got the jelly roll. Where are we at? Time-wise. Sorry, I'm trying to keep track. You gonna work okay? You know what I'm gonna do? Ladies and gentlemen, Posca. I don't know. This is what I'm referring to when I say it doesn't matter what medium you've got down. They really do follow through and put that opaque line down. And that's quite compelling because it affords all kinds of thinking into what you can do with that, right? Yeah, it's coming together fun. So I don't know if people are very much interested in whales or not. I think they're kind of cool animals. But this story presents the idea that there's something more to whales, that they may be leftover spaceships, biological spaceships, or alien travelers, which is a kind of a nutty idea, but I'm game. All right, and let's get some more of these. I think there's some kind of calcium growth or something. I'm not sure what the nodules are. They're on the face of whales, but just the little details. It's the little things that sort of tie things together, I don't know if those kids are making it up or not, if they believe it, but they're talking about the benefits of using unicorn hair. If they saw that someplace else, I don't know. That's the great thing about kids' imaginations, that we filter out. We pound that out of ourselves as we're on our way to adulthood. Don't think creatively all the time. Don't pursue whatever avenues of thought that you're taking on your creative journey. So if you've got something as bonkers as, well, this requires unicorn hair. All right. There's another fun thing about, they're trying to get Voldemort to get into a car. Come on, let's go. Get in the car. We're going for a drive. Oh, I don't want to go. I'm not going. That deleted scene from the films. Okay. So this is coming together okay. I think it's looking all right. The reason I haven't overly detailed the back part here is that, you're only going to see so much before it moves off the page. So all of the investment, all of the details at the front of that whale are the predominant thing. Once you can figure all that stuff out, then it just becomes carrying it along, carrying it throughout the image and seeing what it gives you. But a lot of fun, beautiful animals to draw. I'm estimating this is how a whale goes, by the way. The quick note that I had to refer against this, I ran out of that 20 minutes ago. Is that unicorn hair makes birthday cakes taste better? Oh boy. Oh boy.
Hey, guys, wake up. Snake, not so much snake with you. Snake. Oh, no, go back. Just flew away. Where are you going? Are you going, snake?
All right. So I'm just taking this line through, carrying these lines through, and then I'll get more into shadowing out the back end of this fella. Maybe it's a lady. I don't know. But little, no perfect lines on that surface. Largely because they've got so much material growing over their bodies. Oh, hitchhikers, little symbiotic organisms. It's funny when you see pictures of like large turtles in the sea, and they've got these small fish swimming alongside their bottom, the bottom of their shell. Gotta respect that ingenuity. Well, there's food around, but this guy wastes so much of it. Unless it's just pure laziness. The fish that swim alongside the larger underwater animals they're just lazy. They don't, just ride it along with the current with this bozo. You do all the work, pal. Or maybe whales are like a city bus. And smaller fish go ding ding, and they swim along beside it because he busted the current. That's the fish version of commuting. I don't know. Let your flight of fantasy go. Let your creative mind take over, and you'll pull out all kinds of ridiculous notions. Just don't believe all of them. That's the secret to staying balanced and well. Don't convince yourself that all of these things are true. Before you know it, you'll be giving credence to Graham Hancock and Scientology and government serves the people. What? Oh, it's all political up in this business. I was expecting, I was prepared myself when I posted today's page because it talks about conflict. And there's a loving reference in there, by the way, to friend Joshua Campbell, who's been playing a lot of Risk. So I put a Risk reference in today's pages. Just for him. So again, this is what I was referring to earlier about coming back in, pushing those values back or pulling those values up, right? So this is what I'm doing now with the whale, giving it some more texture, giving it some more patterns. And then this shot here, because of the overlap that I put down, this shot is going to be a couple of whales surfacing so that they're moving up towards the surface of the water. I could just as readily put another square in behind this guy and have a burst of air and water being jet up into the air as the whale comes up for a breath and blows out his blowhole. There's just all kinds of things that we can do. And then the next part of this page is going to be in outer space. Outer space, space and beyond with Harry Carey, Chicago Cub announcer. Would you eat the moon if it was made out of spare ribs? Oops, wrong end. So again, just doing a little bit of stippling here. Putting in just a few more textures and stuff like that you tend to find on a whale's body. Now, see, the tricky thing is, of course, when you're scanning this stuff, how well does it turn out? That's a tricky thing. So I tend to scan higher, and if it's an image that's got lots of little bits and details, I'll scan. So regularly I'll scan it 400. I'm sorry. BPI, and then when it comes to something that's got all kinds of fiddly little details, I'll jump up to 5. So I put this in the scanning bed, scan it through at 500 BPI, and then as I put it in the computer, I try to flatten these images down a little bit, not have too many open files and stuff like that, because once you've got a larger detailed image, and of course an expectation of the data needed in order to post these things, you'll have to simplify in some other way, maybe. Like if you're going to put a screen effect down here, like Dayglow dots or something like that, it's probably going to end up being way too big in order for you to post on social medias. So you got to either flatten those layers together or consider is there another approach I can do this, whether I'm using traditional tools or like things like flattening images, or only do traditional tools, traditional mark making, thingamajobs, or whatchamacallits. So I'm throwing in some more pieces of detail through here to give a little bit more depth. Where are we at? 310. A few more minutes, we'll wrap up. Just can't be too long today, like I said, folks. I'm sorry to say. Tomorrow we'll be back again at 2:00. Wednesday, I got to send a DM to Dee Dee and figure out the what's what, and get her the link for StreamYard. And but Wednesday afternoon, 2:00, Dee Dee Willingham will be joining the episode. So very exciting. I'm very excited about it. I think it's great. Meeting a lot of really great people here, and I thank all of you for those that are signing up to follow, and those that are also sharing their process and their materials. I mean, that's a lot of fun. I'm going to bring this up in the camera so you can see a little bit more of that detail, and try my best to hold it still. The page looks a little yellowed in the camera. I've got the light turned down so it doesn't flare out when I hold the page up to it, but it's pure white. It's perfectly white, so you'll see that better in the scan. But yeah, it's coming together okay. I will probably put a silhouette in this back area here of a smaller one in the distance, it's probably the same size one, but it's in the distance here, and it'll be coming up in this arc, and ideally these contrasting movements will generate a better sense of moving through the space.
Grandpa, I'd be guessing if he was in Harry Potter. Look.
Are you showing me, or are you showing everyone else? This is you, Harry Potter? I didn't know you had green hair. Is that your Harry Potter? Okay, my grandson has green hair in here. So that's very well done. I like it. Good stuff. Okay. Hey guys. Hey. Clean up. Pack up. Get ready because we're gonna go out. Thanks very much, Jim, for putting out your stream last night. It was super fun, and thank you for inviting me to contribute. That was a lot of fun. Hey man, how's your movie going? My wife heard that and went, yeah, that's you. Okay. So yeah, so it's fun. Just a quick little scribble here, but I'll continue this on. So the notion with this page is going to be presenting the whale as contextually we understand them in the ocean, and then presenting the more grand ideas about the real history of whales down below the bottom part, suggesting that they're the descendants of the biological spaceships that brought over alien species to Earth, which might be us. So, yeah, maybe it was the dinosaur people. Maybe it was the ant people of the American desert. So, either way, it's just fun. Little notions like this are fun, and you can just explore, but challenge yourself in drawing something that you may not normally do. And honestly, I don't normally draw whales, so that's exciting. Or it pushes you in your creative adventure to try to figure out, how do I, using these limited tools, emulate the ocean, right? So yeah, lots of fun, and it's something that I'm feeling good about. I'm feeling like it's coming together. So yeah, I'm going to keep on with this. Okay, so I'll start wrapping up. Whatever it is that anybody puts in front of you, or anything that you can put in front of yourself in order to challenge yourself in your creative process, don't be afraid. Don't shy away from drawing something that you don't normally do. But more importantly, do it wrong. And what I mean by do it wrong is, when you start doing it, it doesn't look right, I'm going to stop. Don't stop. Do it wrong. Make a mess of it. Oh, that doesn't look good. So what? The next one's going to look a little bit better, or maybe not. Maybe the one after that will. But allow yourself to be wrong. Allow yourself to be mistaken, and allow yourself that journey, right? Because that's how you get better. The the walk of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, or whatever other. If I got that right, if I got it wrong, I don't know. But whatever it is that you're going to learn to do, and you're going to learn to do well, you're going to learn to do that by making mistakes. And that really is kind of like the only advice I have for anybody creatively, is do it wrong. So, okay, I'm going to sign out for today. I will be back at 2 o'clock tomorrow. And Wednesday, we're going to have Dee Dee with us on this thing we call Shoe at 2 o'clock on Wednesday. Feel free to give me your one-page comic suggestions. Put them in the comments on the videos themselves, since the chat's ending. But yeah, anything. Don't hold back. Couple sentences. Just lay them on me. Only you can prevent tooth decay. That's a great suggestion, right? What am I going to do with that? Because I'm not going to do something direct. Straightforward, and honestly, I don't come at anything from a direct angle. I always come at everything from a sort of a side look. So, feel free to throw those down. Sorry, we're short on time today, but we're over an hour, so that's a something. But otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Have yourself a good night. Keep creating. Share it with me. I'd love to see what you're doing. Contact stuff is in the text below the video. All right, everybody. See you tomorrow. Thanks again. Thanks for everybody that came out. Bye for now.